All right, we'll call this regular scheduled meeting of the Nicholas County Commission to order. Today is Wednesday, November 17th of the year 2021.
Okay. What review of the commission minutes for the October 20th,
Just
2021 meeting? I mentioned that briefly.
good.
Recording in progress.
All right.
It's just a little late.
Okay.
Okay, so the motion is on the floor for the October 20 minutes approved from Commissioner Atkins. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those against, the motion does carry.
Upon review of the exonerations as presented by the Nicholas County Assessor, move to approve accordingly.
Motion's on the floor. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those against, the motion does carry.
Upon review of the state of fiduciary matters as presented by the Nicholas County Clerk, move to approve accordingly unless otherwise noted.
That motion's on the floor. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those against, the motion does carry.
Upon submission of the budget revisions received from the elected officials and department heads, the commission will take the appropriate action as deemed necessary.
That motion's on the floor. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those against, the motion does carry.
Upon review of the invoices as submitted by various department offices, the commission will take the appropriate action as deemed necessary.
Okay, that motion's on the floor. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those against, the motion does carry. We do have a vacancy. We want to extend our condolences to the family of Kim Stowers on the Nicholas County Farmland Protection Program Board with a term of office expiring June 30th of 2025. Do we have any appointments at this time?
We've not had a meeting since, and we do have one scheduled for tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay.
So you all could bring us a recommendation?
Yeah.
That'd be good. Okay.
We'll have it at the next meeting.
Thank you. That being said, we'll take a break.
It's probably not.
We'll wait.
Yeah, good.
Recording in progress.
Okay.
Okay, we're here now at the request of Commissioner Atkins with a discussion concerning a letter of support for Richwood and their sidewalk project. So Commissioner Atkins.
Yeah, this is a project that the county, the city has an opportunity, the city of Richwood, is matching contract that the city has to come up with 20% in order to get 80%. And the DOH from the state will, the whole contract is for $400,000 to work on rebuilding some sidewalks in Richwood. And the city had asked us, previously we discussed this, to help support this project. And with the 20% match, that's $80,000. And I would be in favor of giving them $25,000 for this project.
What sidewalks does that include? Just like the Main Street
Yes,
sidewalks?
it's the Main Street
Yeah.
sidewalks, okay? And the question is, when we take that?
Now, part of that money is being raised through the sale of the bricks, is that correct?
Yes, that is
Of the 80,000.
part of the 80,
Right.
okay?
Bring you more financials.
No.
Yeah.
Part of the 80, that's part of the match.
That's part of the match. Yeah.
And how much do you think that's going to raise?
It's,
Maybe we should make our list up to, if they don't raise a lot myself.
yeah. Well, you'll raise it all, so if there's any way. No. Then you know.
Because a lot of the classes are like
Yeah, they are.
$1,000.
Yeah. But it's not that. That's not that for us. Okay. And the city will have to kick in on some.
So they will, so really their match parts will end up being
$80 grand.
okay. So
And so I'm saying, so
You're thinking about
if we get
spending
25, they still gotta get 55. Okay.
Because originally they come to us with an 8.
Yeah. Yeah. This letter of support,
They economic development fund.
We could do it from there, we could do it also from the money that we received back. Because we're free to spend that CARES, money, okay? But I think we can. And anyway, and it's if necessary.
With the remaining balance in the CARES funding that we have, it would be my recommendation if we do this, to take out CARES and not
Yeah.
ARP.
I would too. For some
Not
reason.
economic development.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, I would.
I can't.
CARES.
Yeah.
I agree.
I couldn't do
CARES,
it.
not academic, because that's more restrictive. This is less
Yes.
restrictive.
Yeah, yeah, this is literally just our own cash.
Okay.
For the county.
And so I would add to that, we would take that CARES money.
The amount of 25,000.
You're right, yeah, all they want is the state wants just a letter of commitment. Okay?
Just a letter of
A
commitment.
letter of commitment towards the project.
And what state agencies?
That's the Department of Highways.
Would that be the Lewisburg office?
I'm not sure. I'll find out.
Okay. Okay, so you made that motion.
And we do 25.
Okay, that motion's on the floor. Is there any discussion, questions from legal counsel? That being said, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those against, the motion does carry. I think that'll be a good thing and help Richwood continue their comeback story as they've been doing such a good job at. Up next, we do have with us our Homeland Security and Emergency Management Director, Mr. John McGinnis, for a bid opening. This bid opening, thank you very much, sir, is for, we wanted to be specific in our vehicles for Homeland Security. And it's really a bid opening for a Ford F-350. However, we only had one Ford dealership bid, but thankfully we had Chevy and Dodge also.
For the equivalents.
For the equivalents in, yes,
Okay.
same as an F-350. And there's your Ford. If you'll look at them, I'll read them off here once I get them all over. Here's multiple pages on this one. This was advertised under the requirements by state code and everything else. And these are the only three bids that we have received.
Is these diesel, okay?
And it was published on the website.
John?
Yes, sir.
Gas or diesel?
Diesel. It's supposed to all be diesel.
So, and I'm assuming any of this in stock. I know this one says it's not in stock.
This one's not in stock too. Okay, it
What
must
about
be
the Ford?
ordered.
Do you know?
No, it have to be ordered. But the way I was talking to the dealerships, what they tell me is that the fastest turnaround usually is Ford right now. Is that what they told you?
Yeah.
Yeah, more so than the Chevy's like a year out, and the Dodge is like worse than that.
Yeah, well,
So one bid that we have here is from Northside Chrysler Jeep Dodge. It is for a 2022 Ram 3500. And it is for the amount of $57,978. I'll just hand these to you so you can get that. The next bid is from Midstate Ford. It is for a 2022 F-350 crew cab for the total amount of $49,061.80. And then the final bid is from Northside Chrysler Buick GMC for a 2022 Chevy Silverado in the amount of $56,121. So what we had discussed previously, of course, was, as it says on the agenda item, good with, yes, yeah, it's a spec sheet on the, since they're not the Ford. You know, we really set out for a F-350, and it's the cheapest of the three options.
Is the Ford that's in this price, is that per your spec?
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. know the dealership did come into the office and get the exact spec list. So I'm assuming that's without, that one doesn't have the extra documentation as the other one does.
Okay, I'll go ahead and make the motion that we approve purchasing this 2022 Ford F-350 Crew Cab for $49,061.80. From 911 funds. And
And that's from the dealership of,
in State Ford.
okay, in Somerset.
Yes.
So all three dealerships are local, but glad to see we got one good price. So that being said, that motion's on the floor. Is there any discussion to be had? Anything from?
No, sir.
Okay. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All those against, the motion does carry. So we'll get with Mid-State Ford and get that ordered.
They give you a
Continue to
timeframe?
rebuild your fleet.
No, I'll stop down there this afternoon and talk to Tim.
Very good.
Thank you.
Thank you. Go ahead, Tim.
Yes, ma'am.
Progress.
If you were here now at my request to discuss courthouse exterior updates for the public's benefit, we do want to make it known that we were not selected for the courthouse facilities grant that is a statewide program. And so really, we applied for about $100,000 worth of stuff. I thought it was all very good, which obviously we might not want to spend that. But really, what I think would be good, and other commissioners have said that they thought would be good, is if we just kind of think about what our main priorities are. We have some very, I feel, immediate needs. On just the commission building itself, the courthouse lawn, the WVU building, and also the day report center building. So if we could just think about that and decide maybe, we just need to go ahead and do some stuff on our own. As Commissioner Chapman said, just go ahead and take care of what needs to be done now, rather than wait around for next year and hope for a grant again. Also, the evidence room HVAC, we did get a quote in. We want to make sure and collect a few more bids to see if we can get closer to our budgeted preference when it comes to getting that area central air service provided. And so I would just recommend, other than my recommendations, both of these just be tabled. Hearing no objection, we'll move forward now to, we have with us County Clerk Robert Painter concerning possible consideration of magisterial redistricting. So, I'll change the screen over. Keep the report.
We've got that here.
Keep the report.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize this is good report.
Thank you. Well, you don't have to copy here now. You just need to put one of them.
At this point, we don't really have an update on magisterial districts. What we've done in conjunction with WVU is go through and reshape precincts along the new House of Delegates line. These, this is a new precinct, because that was all one precinct, and the new delegate line went right down the middle of it. So we're going to have two precincts at many,
Let us see
people's place. But they don't have a lot of registered voters. They have 280 and 300. It's basically the same precinct, just
Yeah.
split into two sets of poll workers, because you can't have
Okay.
you can't have two delegate districts in one precinct.
Right.
So we just split that.
Had to split the precinct.
Okay.
Right here,
Is that along Route 20?
Well, it is until right here, and then it breaks over into Hominy Falls. See that pink line?
Okay.
moving on up this delegate line, you can't see the delegate line here. We had to take part of 28, put it into 3, which 3 is
Fenwick.
Fenwick. And some people, that's, I think the worst problem we'll have, is some people around the area will have to go to Fenwick. It's not, I don't think it's that far.
It would be different.
And there's really, there wasn't much place
Is
I
that,
could go here to do it, because of the precinct.
Fenwick or Fenwick Mountain? Is it Fenwick Mountain precinct?
They voted,
Well, it's Fenwick Mountain.
do
3 is New Hope, Fenwick Mountain.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah,
that's
New
what's-
Hope.
New Hope.
Yeah,
Fenwick Mountain.
which is new name.
And then the only other change we need to make is these precincts used to be, this was 17 and this was 16. And instead of having them shaped like this or shape them like that, they voted in the same building already. 16 and 17 voted
St. Luke's.
St. Luke's. Yeah.
St. Luke's.
So you
Gymnasium.
pretty much have the same voters at the same building, just some of them will be in different precincts from the rest of them.
And even like you said, Levis, they're gonna be in the same building. They're just gonna be the two different sets of poll workers. And then the Nettie Fenwick will just be the only real confusion place. Okay.
And we did make a few adjustments down in here. On the map that we had, this line was straight. On what we sent in 2010, that line wasn't straight. And that's a census block there.
Okay.
Is where that line is. I don't know which one was approved, which one was correct, but it's better going forward if we go with the census block because that's how we're at.
Right. Right. Okay.
But that's all the changes that we had to make to get everybody in the correct House of Delegate district.
Do you need some sort of approval on this, or do we need to wait to approve it with the magisterial districts?
I would wait, approve it.
Okay.
What we're gonna do is, if you all don't wanna make any changes to what we have here, if you're okay with it, we'll go ahead and he's gonna start mapping out magisterial districts and give you all a proposal for those.
Okay.
It might be the next day or two if you want to go ahead and schedule meetings.
Yeah.
So you have to give 15 days notice in order to approve the magistrate.
The approval, not the public hearings.
Right.
Right.
The only one you're required to have is the meeting where you approve them, you have to advertise them for 15 days.
Okay.
Clerk Painter, would that require an order or a resolution?
Well, when they approve them. In the order.
In order.
New precincts and magistrates. We can do it order if you want to.
All right, see ya.
Order it active.
Okay. Okay. We got two options here, I think. We could do one, Central and Craigsville. Both towns have equal distance to come to. Of course, that disadvantages some areas, and then also we could do just Summersville and Richwood, 2 hearings and 2 different nights.
I would be in favor of doing 2 hearings.
The 2 hearings.
Makes it a little bit more convenient.
Okay. Commissioner Chapman, is that fine? So we'll do that.
Can you draw a map too, without like all these colors, just the dividing line of the 3 and put the amount of voters in each one?
Well, it's got the amount of voters in each one, but it's, you can you zoom in on it?
Here, I'll do it. You get your-
The next step will be for him to get the amount of registered, the population in each precinct.
So anyone in particular?
No, I'm
Because
just.
like you can see
thinking-
at the bottom, it's precinct 29, 731.
What I'm thinking of is
Looking at
the
our options.
magisterial, I'm looking at it from the magisterial lines. Could you do just those with the 3, with the amount of votes are in those 3?
I can do a spreadsheet that has those in it.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking if we go to a public meeting, we have a map to show, if
We
we
have to
had it
have that.
betterly outlined with this is 1,500 votes, this is 1,600, this is 1,450. You see what I'm saying? Isn't that what you're trying to kind of
I've
stay
got-
with?
Yeah, but I don't do the math myself.
Could they do it downstairs or anything?
We're going through WVU.
Yeah, we have a contract
They
with
probably can. I just have to-
Yeah, I'm sure they can do it and get it to go with this, maybe the breakdown of the 3. Maybe thicker lines, just even if you use that map and just thicken up the lines.
Okay.
And then put the total votes that were in Birch and total that are in like that, so. you can kind
In the
of show
current
people,
districts, you mean?
Yeah.
What the news will look like.
The new precincts.
Yeah,
New precincts.
Well, okay, the current.
the new man,
The current districts with the new precincts.
yeah, the new
To see where we're
magisterial districts is what I'm saying, maybe if we thicken up the line to show those,
Okay.
as separate ones.
He's working on magisterial district.
Okay.
He's just going to try to give them, respecting the current magisterial district boundaries and get them as close as possible. And then you all can,
Do whatever after that. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I,
That's
just see
fine.
how it's
As long as
translated.
we have that and have the numbers for each precinct. Okay, in case we want to change the
And
precinct from a magistrate
also, that's
district.
what he's working on now. When you're looking at the precincts, you're gonna be looking at the population, not the register vote.
Yeah,
It
that's
has to be
correct.
as even as possible, population and territory.
Not vote,
Just not vote.
It's
just
not
population.
Total population and the territory being divided in 3 wards.
And he'll have I'm not sure about the mapping, but he said that he will give us a list of each precinct and we'll populate that.
Yeah, that's what we want.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, like a spreadsheet, break the 3 down, that'd be helpful too.
When did you know that?
I wonder if we can make use of the fire departments. I mean, because
Well, City Hall would go to Richwood. Because they got that big room upstairs.
is there
And then Armory here.
a tentative day
Or
we could?
maybe the park room up there, might be, it's ours.
Okay. Okay. Let me text. Tell you what, let's do actually. Let's take a quick break. If you wouldn't mind, get a hold of somebody at City Hall, I'll get a hold of somebody at the park and we'll schedule this, and then we can get it out to the meeting. So we'll take a quick break. Oh, yeah, sorry.
Recording in progress.
Okay, we're back from the recess. I contacted the park, Commissioner Atkins graciously contacted Richfield City Hall. We're looking at November 30th. Tuesday, November 30th at 6 p.m. at Richwood City Hall, upstairs. Upstairs. And then Wednesday, December 1st at 6 p.m. at the dining hall at Nicholas County Veterans Memorial Park, of course, here in Summersville. And pending no objection from the commission, I would like to request our administrative assistant, Mrs. Neff, to publicize those meetings over the next, well, I guess it'll only really be next week's paper, but still advertised, so it'll definitely be seen and not just be a part of the minutes themselves.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yes.
Probably any Facebook pages we have to publish it as, like the sheriff has a pretty good following on his
Yeah.
Facebook.
Yeah.
Just to get it out there. I'll put it on mine.
Okay.
And the rest too.
Yeah, I'll put it on the page and we can all share each other.
Yeah, and just get it out there to the public. Okay. Of course, they're gonna see us too.
Right. And then, so what are we looking at when it comes to the magisterial district, stuff like that? Do we need to publicize a meeting, we're gonna approve it, or do we need to wait until the next meeting we're gonna do it?
If you want to do it for the next meeting.
That would
It's just
be
gonna-
Well, yeah.
the 15th.
It'd be the December 15th meeting.
Yeah. That would be the time.
Is that too late for election stuff, or is it just is what it is?
It is what it is. It is what it is. Yeah, we have to do it on the 15th.
Okay. So let's go ahead and, Commissioner Atkins, if you'd like to make that motion.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and make that motion that we conduct this 2 meetings, one in Richwood, one in Summersville, for public comment on the new possible magisterial districts, and we're going to have some new voting precincts too, to comply with the state law.
And also that, to provide notice that on the 15th
Yeah.
will be the vote.
No, yeah, that's correct. And notice the vote on that will be on December 15th, which will be after the hearings are held on November 30th in Ridgewood at 6, and in Summersville on December 1st at 6. Okay.
December 15th?
Yeah, December 15th will be the date to vote on that.
Right, in the commission meeting.
And the
Yeah,
commission
during the
meeting.
regular commission
During
meeting.
the regular commission meeting.
Yeah,
Okay.
all right.
Does the Secretary of State's office need notice? Do they need notice, Secretary of State?
Okay, so that being said, that motion is on the floor. Is there any discussion or any other further questions?
I've got some language for you to put in paper.
Okay,
I'll get that.
Right.
if you all can coordinate that.
That's fine.
That being said, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those against, the motion does carry. So, thank you, Clerk Payne. Okay, we're here now with Cassandra Lawson, the Senior Project Specialist for Region 4 Planning and Development Council. First up, we have the Craigsville Generator Project, request for reimbursement number 7.
As noted, this is request for reimbursement number 7. The only invoice included on this request is Master Service Corporation pay request number 5 in the amount of $47,371.50, of which 75% will come from FEMA and 25% will come from the Water Development Authority.
That was part of that the other day, but it was the last one.
Correct, because it had not actually been, formally processed. And we can confirm the amount that was outstanding prior payments has been received.
Well, that's
So,
great.
yes.
Didn't take that long. But,
So
you know,
that'll-
then again, 6 months.
Yeah,
Okay.
right.
Didn't take that much longer.
It worked out very well, and now that the budget is straightened out in that one-line system, hopefully forthcoming payments will be processed in a much timelier manner.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Is there a motion on request for reimbursement number 7 concerning the Craigsville Generator Project?
I'll make that motion.
Motion's on the floor. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All those against? Motion does carry. And then we have up next the Hinkle Mountain Broadband Project, resolution number 17.
We would request that that resolution be tabled until further notice. We were anticipating an invoice, and when we received it, it was a pretty nominal amount from the project engineer. And so we would just go ahead and request that that be tabled.
Okay. Is there a motion to table that agenda item? Okay, motion's on the floor. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. All those against? The motion does carry.
All of
Very
that?
good. Thank you very much.
Where are we at with the broadband? Or what stage are we in?
So the operation and maintenance agreement, I think, is really the next big ticket item. And so we provided that to CityNet. They came back with some inquiries and suggestions. We addressed all of those and provided it back to them. And so we're just kind of in a holding pattern while they are reviewing that. Once they send that back, then we'll provide it to the commission for your review and acceptance and that sort of thing. Really, the only other thing in the mix is the environmental. We have all of the letters and that sort of thing. I mean, all the clearances have been received. There's nothing that's outstanding on that. It's just putting the information together. And then we may have to, not 100% sure, but we may have to have title opinion, which is kind of a unique situation because all of the fiber is going to be on existing on-power, poles, with the exception of one piece of buried fiber, but it's within the Mon Forest, and there's a special use permit for that. So we'll maybe just have to kind of ask the funding agency if that's something they're going to require on. Really, we have to get that operation and maintenance agreement in place prior to bidding, because once the project is done, you really want to have like a sense of confidence in the agreement that you're going to have with the internet service provider. So, I mean, that's my understanding, is that that's kind of like what the standard practices come to be, is getting that operation and maintenance agreement in place prior to building it. But I mean, I could ask, if that's something that could come later. We can inquire. That would push the construction forward more quickly.
Yeah, let's do whatever we can get moving.
Okay. I'll ask that
Agreed.
question.
I don't like stuff just sitting.
Sure.
All right, now what about the water project? What do we have to
Oh, you'll have to remind me which one. I'm sorry.
think about?
Hinkle Mountain is moving along very nicely. So it is currently at the Public Service Commission, and that's a major milestone in the project. So a couple of things have to happen. Have to get Public Service Commission approval, and that can take up to 6 months. It was filed in September, so it will probably be like early spring by the time we hear back from them. There are about 8 easements outstanding. We have to have 100% of them to go to bid, to receive authorization to go to bid, and the attorney's office is working on taking care of those. There are properties where maybe there's like an airship, where the property owner is absent, And so there may have to be like some condemnation filings to get, right of entry to actually construct on those properties. But there is time to make all that happen while we are waiting on the Public Service Commission to do their thing. And the City of Richwood at their last meeting, which I think was November the 4th, they did approve the final reading of their rate ordinance, which puts the rate mechanisms in place to, pay back the bonds once construction is finished. So it's progressing really nicely. The water intake project, the city at their next meeting will actually, which is this Thursday, they will actually sign the documentation required to take out a design loan to fast track the project. And that project is also about ready to be filed with the Public Service Commission. So the hope for that particular project is that it will be under construction sometime next summer. And so both of those projects are moving kind of simultaneously.
Anything we can do to make it faster?
No, really everything is going pretty smoothly.
Okay.
You want to see dirt?
Yes.
Agreed.
34
Agreed.
years is long enough.
Yes, it is. It is.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's been a long time getting this project.
Yes, it has. It's almost there.
Let's just get it.
Yeah. Agreed. Agreed.
Thank you for coming in.
All right.
Your good information and help.
I do have some things for your signature, just actually two. And
Recording stopped.
Patty, when I submit these, I'll copy you. That
Go
way we
ahead, take a
have
break.
electronic copies if you want.
Recording in progress.
Okay, we're here now with Ms. Tara Atkins concerning the LEAD program, the Law Enforcement Assisted Diversion Program. And we also have with us, I'm sorry to get your name.
Kimberly Raleigh.
Yes, I know we met, but
Is that all right?
It's R-A-L-E-I-G-H,
That
like
was
Raleigh
my
County.
That was
Yeah.
my other thought.
Yeah.
On that.
There's people around here always want to put R-I-L-E-Y.
Well, that's why I asked that question. All right.
okay, so the floor is yours.
well-
You can come up here if you don't mind, just so you can get in the.
In the shop.
Well, yeah, and also our recording.
Oh, I'm loud. It'll pick me up. Don't
All
worry
right.
about it. I'm Kimberly Raleigh, and we really appreciate you guys coming out a few weeks ago there to Seneca's announcement of all the grants that we received. Some of these grants that we received rely heavily on law enforcement referrals, and the LEAD program is set up to help divert some low-level offense people. They have the option of treatment or criminal charges, and we try to get them into treatment. It helps reduce the jail bill that I know that you guys are in charge of. So we're wanting to get those numbers down. And like I said, I am the Director of Special Projects for Seneca now, and Tara is my lead coordinator for Nicholas and Webster, and I'm going to let her talk about the LEAD program.
Here you guys go. So, LEAD here in Nicholas County and Webster, we are struggling to see referrals right now, and like we said, we know that this can help with the jail fees a lot. Obviously, I'm not going to pretend that this can be something for everyone. That's just unrealistic. However, if it's someone who has even offenses related to substance use, such as shoplifting or things like that, it's still a program that is completely optional to these people. I did a little research today, and we use Central Regional Jail as our main place to take people. Central Regional Jail has 382 inmates currently, and they're only supposed to be holding 312. So they are vastly overpopulated, and if there's any way we can get someone who would just be having some form of misdemeanor into this program, we're going to be diverting them from that jail, helping with the overpopulation, and potentially saving the county money. And I just see that as a win-win on multiple levels because we're also getting them into different programming. I can work with them to do outpatient if they have to. If they can't make it into something more intensive like rehab, that's not a problem with me. I am basically accountable for them this entire year that they're in this program. I'll check on them if I think they need drug screenings, things like that. It's well within my means. If they want something more intensive, which I always encourage, we have Recovery Richford, which is a 12-man facility up on the hill. If that's not doable, a location in Dunbar is just opened up for women. There's something for everyone in this situation. It's just about working with them to find it. Like I said, this is something that heavily relies on law enforcement, so we're really looking to get that buy-in, but we're coming to you guys because it does also have to do with you. Like I said, this jail fee, I'm sure, is astronomical for this county, and it'd be nice to see a good working relationship between all the different levels to make sure something is done that benefits everyone.
Okay.
If there's any questions.
No, we have Sheriff Nunley with us, and he and I discussed this actually and how they've worked to implement this in their department and stuff, so we appreciate that. So now we're just excited to see hopefully how this program turns out well for everybody.
Hopefully, I can come back and give an update at any time.
Okay, that would be good.
Really good.
Yeah, that would be good.
Okay.
It's just, we have to get those, make those connections, you know, anytime you guys think that there's somebody that might benefit or, you know, can get them diverted, just pick up the phone, call Tara, she'll, you know, try to get them placed. We have Crosswinds, we have Recovery Ridge within Seneca, as well as other facilities that we can reach out to. We don't necessarily have to have them, you know, at our facilities if there's no bed. We'll work to get them in another facility, transport them there, transport them to court hearings. She's been driven to Parkersburg 2 or 3 times this past month for a client to take them to court hearings. So they stay within our network and with our employees and stuff, and it just benefits the long term, especially for young first-time offenders. We see that the ones that are starting to steal or shoplift or things like that, let's give them that opportunity to get into treatment. Our coordinators, like she said, they touch base with them once a month. If something happens, if they leave their recovery center, then it's Tara's responsibility to contact the whatever law enforcement is taking care of that case and say, hey, they left rehab, or they're doing well, they're going into a long-term program, that kind of thing. The communication with you guys, so you know whether or not to be on the lookout for them, or say, hey, we're gonna charge them, so that kind of thing. So it's a great program. Thank you, guys.
I might note that, what she touched upon there, the issue with the jail bills. Our jail bills are currently running, in the vicinity of 15 to 20% of our county budget per year.
Wow.
Okay, and despite everything we've done to reduce it, okay, the last few months we've run in basically in the $70,000 to $75,000 range per month, which means, and we're charged at $48.25 a day. I know next year it's going up to, is it 54?
53.18 or something
Yeah,
strange like that.
it's a significant jump,
Yeah.
which is over a 10% jump,
Absolutely.
which for us will probably be another 100,000 or so that it'll cost the county to pay for those inmates that are there, and that's one of the reasons that we've done some of the programs that we have in place here to help reduce the jail bill and get our people back into society.
Yeah. And like I said, the first-time offenders, the ones that are young, some of the people that they arrest and have on their dockets all the time, it's not going to benefit them. But we have a significant amount of young people that are starting to, dabble in drugs, and when they do that, there's a lot of, cascade of events, and stealing and misdemeanor things are a part of that. So anything that's related to a drug charge or drug substance use, we can help with.
Thank you.
Thank you all for coming in today.
Thank you for
We'll
having
be
us.
talking with you soon, I'm sure.
Yes.
So look forward to it. And we're here now at our public comment period.
Okay.
For the record, no one has signed up for the public comment period. Is there any other business or concerns the commissioner would like to address at this time?
I'll just add on to what I just stated, that as far as the jail bill, we do essentially pay for anyone that's picked up in Nicholas County, whether it's the 2 cities that are involved, the state police, or whatever. If they go to jail and they're picked up in Nicholas County, we pick up the tab as a county commissioner. And that's one of the reasons it is what it is. It's expensive. I'm finished.
And then I did not get with Director McGinnis on another list of costs and fees, but just another reminder for the public to please, if you find it in yourselves to support the fire fee of $35 for the county, please contact your local firemen, fire chiefs, or actually just stop in the county commission's office. We have some petition signature pages here. I mean, I'm telling you, I mean, it's not a threat, it's not a promise, but it is a situation where if we don't do something for these departments, we're going to start losing, and we cannot afford. We've already lost Medley Hookersville. That's one too many already, and when we start losing these other departments, it's not going to be a very good thing for people's home insurance, safety coverage for the county, and I could go on and on. And so really, truly, again, just to make sure it's out there, please contact your local fire departments, firemen, fire chiefs, to get your signature on that petition. That being said, anything else? Is there a motion to adjourn this regularly scheduled meeting of the Nicholas County Commission on Wednesday, November 17th of the year 2021?
I'll make the motion.
Okay, the motion's on the floor. It is 10:47 a.m. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All those against? The motion does carry. We stand adjourned.